originally, it was like something like a wish, a wishbone or something. Then somebody mentioned, hey, why don't you have a name that's more, wow, then just, okay. Somebody suggested, oh, okay, how about a more catchy name like wow, like very nice. So WAU, wow, and then because also it had that, the backside of the chair had a little bit like the shape of a wow kite lah, the wow bulan lah. So okay, I think we go with that name. Yeah. I think the beginning of the project, what was the requirements? We saw this chair in Germany where when we recline, the user goes backward a lot also. So as you recline your back, your butt and the whole upper body also leans back lah. But to get that motion without investing in a totally new mechanism, we like to reuse some of the mechanism that's existing on the market. Yeah, those are some possibilities. We had other possibilities. I can't really remember why we took the direction that ended up with wow also. But I think here you can see maybe some resemblance, the armrest and the back frame. I think here maybe it starts to look like a bit like wow already. Of course, this one, I think this one would be a little bit different. So basically we want one point on the mechanism here and another one higher up, so that when we recline, the seat connects here, the seat also moves back. Fulcrum was my most challenging. The hardest I ever worked in my life. So this is like consider my first chair here. So it's, maybe that time I wasn't that experienced yet. I think Fulcrum was like, okay, it had to be better than anything else that the company had at that time. And it's something that I never done before. So push the bar, but also, I guess wow of course is more complicated than Fulcrum, but by that time I already did Fulcrum, so wow is like a little bit harder only lah.
My first chair actually is a public seating, is a Voyage. It's a really long time ago, yes. No, the KLIA, actually we
have some in KLIA.
Yeah, some in KLIA actually. For R&D department, really not much of changes lah.
Maybe just more tools, but I don't know. Maybe
tools,
every day, day in, day out,
have
we see the same thing, so we don't feel
3D printer.
3D printing, and maybe
3D printer.
We still have to do the dirty old work is still the best. The old style, we are old fart, so like sketching is still for me good.
Because the design process is still the same. We're going through the same process.
Believe it or not, back then you can look at newspaper. There's job listings.
Asking for designer. You really from newspaper?
Yeah.
Okay. Our boss really give us a lot of freedom and support us to do our own design. And boss also always have his very very creative and unique idea to give us as a suggestion.
I guess it's also there's a challenge and there's recognition for your work, for my work like all people recognize that okay, what you did is got benefit or got effect.
Di lubang sudah okey ya. Jig terpasang. Ini meter terpasang. Ini tak boleh. Ini baru pasang. Ini baru pasang. Ini ada klip ada kalau baru boleh pasang. Klip tak ada kalau jangan pasang. Pagi-pagi kita datang, saya pergi cek balik satu-satu supervisor. Dia orang ada masalah apa-apa ada kak. So dia orang kata semalam ada order masuk punya barang, ada masalah dengan dia. Dia kata barang ini benda tak cukup kah? Atau mesin ada masalah kah? You bagi tahu saya lah. Saya pergi solve the problem lah. Mana ada barang kerusi? So dia sini shell pasang. Benda ini ada jalan ke tak ada jalan, dia orang test. Kerusi dia duduk kan, dia taruh cukup tinggi kah, dia orang rendah kah, itu aja lah.
Ini cara plastik jalan lah. Dari mula, metal tu akan kita tuang kepada tong khas dia. Dia akan menyedut kepada vacuum naik ke atas. Dah tu dalam proses tu, dalam ni ada macam hopper dryer untuk memanaskan suhu dia. Dalam plastik ni saya in charge plastik lah. Mana semua yang barang yang keluar apa semua, kita akan tengok pada dia punya order dia. Ini yang dia punya model jenis acuan kerusi lah. Mana kita akan tengok setiap ukuran dia, berapa kapasiti dia, berapa tan dia, baru sesuai untuk mesin mana yang boleh naik. Hari-hari kita hadap benda ni, mana kita tahu masalah dia di mana. Tapi ada juga yang benda tu akan terlepas ke sana. Tapi sana pun dia ada QC dia. Dia mungkin dapat detect punya.
Kali 2 EXO kan? Ada satu yang model.
Ada nanti satu EXO dia tak sama kan?
Okey, nanti kejap
Terus semua EXO ada kan? Semua barang ada kan?
Semua barang ada. Dah siap. 130 15 beg. Sisa rata. Okey. Sembilan kilo. Ikut apa yang diorang minta lah. Biasanya memang customer dia akan 2 test saja. Ini dengan yang tu. Biasanya lah. Tadi ada sampai 150 kan? So dia akan sampai situ lah. So untuk kita punya beef mak, dia different sikit. Kita beef mak full float 225. Kita ada yang ikut kita punya lah. Tapi untuk cuma customer nak sampai 150. Dulu saya QC bahagian metal. Kita banyak buat macam oil and gas punya clamp. And then otomotif punya part. Kereta, Proton, Pro 2, apa semua Toyota. So masuk sini totally different buat kerusi. Memang different sangat. Masuk sini kan, alamak, apa ni? Memang kena belajar dari bawah. Memang tak tahu apa-apa.
Okey.
Lori yang kontrak ni, dia ada satu itinerary. Dia tak ada pergi macam satu tempat macam bank rakyat. Dia tak ada pergi satu tempat je. Dia akan pergi bank rakyat, kadang-kadang office lain, kadang-kadang rumah orang. Kod sikun pada dalam lori. Sebab sikun dalam lori dia ada 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Kita tak boleh masuk dalam lori ikut sikun. Oh, nombor 1 kita masuk nombor 1. Sebab kita kena susun daripada belakang. Sebelum masuk Malaysia, saya pernah kerja kat luar bahagian warehouse juga. So, dia punya method lebih kurang sama je. Cuma beza tempat kilang ni, part dia macam ni. Dekat Malaysia, part untuk office. Dalam seminggu je lah, saya akan struggle. Saya akan kena tengok ini kursi ni model apa. Kebanyakan orang saya, bang saya nak kursi Spinelli. Saya pun terpinggir-pinggir, apa kursi Spinelli? Macam mana bentuk Spinelli? Kita dekat delivery ni last point untuk keluar barang. So kena make sure 100% barang keluar betul, kuantiti keluar betul, model keluar betul.
Ini kerja saya minat. So saya metal punya kerja saya minat. So metal punya kerja kalau baru pergi belajar, hari-hari ada mari baru. So kita boleh belajar barang. Kadang-kadang saya pun tak boleh faham ya barang itu. Lepas saya pergi share sama R&D. R&D orang bagi tahu hub lah. So ni macam buat, cuba boleh tak? Lepas saya cuba tengok, lagi saya campur saya punya idea sikit. So memang tu barang boleh dapat balik lah.
Dulu saya daripada technician. Lepas technician baru naik ke supervisor baru naik ke exec. Mana dari situlah kita belajar sikit. Dia punya kerja pun tak sama. Pasal technician memerlukan kepakaran, nak adjust barang apa semua. Macam bahagian sini gunakan paperwork. Tapi kita ambil sikit-sikit, jadi benda tu, ilmu tu, jadi kita tahulah, kita bersikit lah.
Banyak yang jual dekat luar negara kan. Macam lokal kan dia kurang. Kalau nak tengok, pergi bank lah. You pergi Maybank, pergi public bank, jumpalah Merrifair punya kerusi. Sebab dia memang beli dari kita. Hospital and then airport. KLIA. KLIA kita akan jumpa link chair itu, kerusi Turini.
Kita terkejut sebab kita tak yakin produk kita akan masuk sampai ke situ. Tapi pasal barang ni kita yang buat, jadi kita banggalah. Jadi kita akan check betul tak betul. Kita pun risau, takut ada komplain daripada luar apa semua kan. Jadi kita tengok, perhatikan apa semua. Dari situ kepuasan kita. Kita akan rasa puas, mana apa yang kita keluarkan produk tu kita kira menjadi.
Tak sampai lagi sini Daripada security tak sampai lagi Okey, tak apa.
Satu cukup.
Ikat, ada SOU lah KK lah.
KK. Semua KK. The green building kan? Betul. Okey. Okey.
Prior to this meeting, maybe if let's say I'm unaware about a few things or what, maybe you can just let me know.
Normally morning I'll check email and reply to all the urgent things lah, because our admin will share some inquiries that I need to delegate to our sales team. Sometimes when came across on the emails, so those that not being attended, I will remind them. So the rest I'll make cold calls or I'll check on our normal punya daily task lah. Normally on daily basis there's two parts lah actually. Those that comes from our admin side will be new inquiries, which is from our website or our online shop or that kind of inquiry that comes in. But at the same time, we also have a portal or we subscribe leads. We will dig into that and look for new leads.
Okey, sekarang kita print SO untuk kita turun ke production. Dalam proses ni, antara proses lah kita nak kena uruskan benda ni untuk kita bawa ke production. Kalau tak ada benda ni, kita tak boleh turun. Nanti production pun tak tahu apa yang kita buat. Setiap sale, dia akan hantar pada kita orang untuk uruskan quotation dan sebagainya. Dan bila kita dapat maklumat tu daripada sale, kita akan jalankan kita punya macam biasalah. Proses untuk buat dokumen apa semua. Projek yang besar selalunya yang makan masa yang agak lama lah untuk uruskan projek tu. Masalah-masalah dekat site dan dekat tempat kita juga, perbincangan yang di antara kita semua dengan pasukan-pasukan yang bekerja kan, memang banyak. Setakat ni saya bangga dengan apa yang saya buat dan saya pernah menguruskan projek-projek yang besar sebelum ni bersama rakan-rakan saya dan saya sangat gembira duduk kat sini. Produk kita dibuat di Malaysia. Bukan di Malaysia saja, kita juga supply di luar negara. Jadinya itu membuatkan kita bertahan.
其实这个客户是最近才刚开始忙的，应该是 Oceanic 应该是从去年到今年，但是美国是今年才刚刚 involve 进来的。在之前我是 handle Middle East 的中东，有好几个客户都是做很久了，但是我记得 Merrifair 第一个客户啦，就是之前我刚进来的时候，有人跟我讲的，他是斯里兰卡，他们说是老板找的第一个客户，到现在还在跟我们买着。
I just want to check what's the status of that work chair? The seat with the transit.
The transit one.
Wow chair has been around for quite a while. I think I would say close to 2 decades. But somehow or rather, the Wow chair has a unique design. When they look at it, it's still pretty much modern. Those are the key reasons why the WOW chair is still very popular in the US market.
Jack's empty fucking chair is a better choice than I am. So maybe ask the chair, see what it thinks.
我曾经在电视看到我们的椅子，韩国的 SBS， 我们有 supply 椅子给 SBS， 所以他的 drama 播出来的时候，然后我看到我们的椅子。
What's there?
I remember I was queuing at the airport of, can't remember which country it was. When I was queuing at the immigration, I saw our chair being used at the reception counters. I was with my friend and I looked at him and said, those chairs are being supplied by Marifair. And as I look around, there are other chairs that I saw further in the office as well, not along the reception areas. I was very impressed that, and of course excited to see our Malaysian-made Marifair products are being used in the airport in another country. So yeah, that was about 2 years ago.
We have KLIA 2, which we did in 2014, if I'm not mistaken. The one that I'm really proud of, actually. Because during that time, we supply almost 18,000 seats. 18,000 seats for KLIA 2. And yeah, 80,000 seats meaning per seat, The person that always heard it from me is my kids. Hey, this is my project. He said, okay, we do this. When you pass by certain project, hey, we supply here, we supply there. So you feel proud to let people hear about it. It's Marifair for 31 years, and there's a lot of things that you learn, not only products, people also. Yeah.
I mean, another 10 more years, you look at Fulcrum, it's like, so old-fashioned mesh. I think that will be what everybody is asking, what will be the next? Last time the synchron mechanism from simple tilting to synchron, then what's the next one? For a while there's some 3D motion. I think everybody's just for the sake of marketing trying to create the next differentiating feature, different design. If I were to tell you, then I will let out a big secret already.